Mark, we're here at Collectomania. You've had a great season again on Game of Thrones so far this year. One of the moments that stood out for me for Grenn was when you were talking about, they tell you about the Night's Watch and Honour, but they don't tell you about the shovelling shit.
Yeah.
It made me think, what surprising things did you find that they didn't tell you when you signed on for Game of Thrones?
First of all, the longevity. At the beginning, we weren't sure whether or not a second season was going to be taken on, so the surprise of having a second season, then a third season, and now, probably leading into a fourth season, it's looking very good. But of course, when you first start, you haven't read all the books, so you don't know where you stand in terms of the story, what's going to happen, whether or not you're just going to remain, fairly not really essential to the story. But as it builds and builds, and you get through the books, you realise just how essential you're going to become, and how important everybody is in the cast, really.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what is it you've enjoyed most about playing Grenn?
Returning each year to see the same guys, John Bradley, Kit Harrington, Ben Crompton and Joe Alton, and of course Luke as well. It's always great returning back to them. It's like returning back to a family. For a lot of us, it was our first jobs out of drama school, so it's nice to be able to return back and see everybody.
And we actually have interviewed Joe Alton a couple of times, one of our fans said that Pip and Grenn need their own spin-off show. What do you think that'd be like?
I feel that'd be great. Yeah, probably a lot of quips from Pip and a lot of slow movement from Grenn. Not really many comebacks. It might be a bit of a one-way street. Certainly with Joe, anyway, because he's always got a lot to say as Joe. But yeah, I think absolutely. Yeah, we should send it to the makers of Family Guy and see what they say about it.
I'm loving it. I'm loving that idea. Now, there's been an interesting relationship with Samwell as well this season and the end of last season, because you and Dolorous Ed kind of left him, didn't you, with the White Walker? What was that all about?
I think we pussied out a bit. But I think you see in season 3 that we're in regret of that, and honour bound as we are, we realise what we did, and hence why you see us helping him so much, and I'm sure that will continue throughout now. I think the unity that the writers have created between our characters in that close-knit environment now will only go forward and gather more and more momentum, I think. So, we left him once, but I don't think it'll happen again.
What do you think about the turnaround for Sam from cowering before the White Walker and having to be saved to White Walker Slayer? Yeah,
I know, yeah. I think John will have probably loved that when he first saw it, realising that he was going to be the hero in the darkness. No, yeah, absolutely. He's had a massive turnaround, and a good bit of meat for him to chew on as an actor, and as a storyline. When you get an interesting storyline like that, you're gonna get your teeth into it, and I think he's really enjoying it. He'll be loving it, yeah.
Now, we know obviously that Grenn wasn't happy about maybe meeting his end by a White Walker, but if you had to die in the show, and obviously we don't want you to, how would you like to meet your maker?
Oh, I think it'd have to be riding into battle with a double-edged axe in one hand and a scream of glory in my throat, riding into an army of wildlings or something like that. It's gonna have to be glorious.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Living it. I always want to see it now.
Yeah, I'd love to make it. Yeah, let's just see if we can get the producers on board.
Got some great ideas coming out today, I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they're great. Them guys are great.
They are fantastic. And Rast has been a little so-and-so, hasn't he, this season? He's not really a great friend of Samwell's, and therefore not of Grenn's either. No. What do you think of his treatment of poor Sam?
No, if Luke wasn't such a nice person, it'd be quite easy just to hate him through and through, but yeah, he plays the character so well, and you get to see the sides of him that you're meant to see. He's basically portraying evil, and that's what he's supposed to be, the corruptor. And yeah, we need to keep an eye on him big time, but where we left off in episode 4 of this season, I'm sure we'll return back to it, and you'll find out exactly what's happened, and we're still yet to know what's going on exactly. So yeah, hopefully he'll get his comeuppance.
Definitely. And no Mormont anymore.
No. Big Jimmy Cosmo's copped it. He's popped his clogs and he's gone now. Yeah, I know, it's such a loss as well. As a group, we all got along so well and had a good time. It is a shame to see Jimmy go, but and of course Commander Mormont, but someone's got to fill his shoes, and we shall see what happens.
Ooh, exciting stuff, hey? Now, I read that from writer Brian Cogman, who works on a show, that you might have read some of Kit's scenes with Rose at the table readings for season 3, particularly the "you know nothing, Jon Snow" moment.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know how many parts I read. They rang me and they said, "Do you want to read a couple of parts?" I said, "Yeah." "Is anybody else doing it?" They said, "Yeah, fine." A couple of people are doing it. I said, "Fine." Turn up on the day. I think I read about 9 parts. I think I read Krasny's, Jon Snow. I've read a lot of parts. I think I did Kit Harington's, yeah, but I'd have probably been too busy looking at Rose Leslie.
To remember anything about it?
Yeah, to remember anything, yeah. Just an auburn haze.
Of course, and why not? And what are you looking forward to with season 4 coming ahead now?
Well, I mean, it's still speculation. I've no idea what's going to happen. And as far as the books, the writers are tugging things here, there, and everywhere, and tightening some bits and allowing us into other bits, like the Theon Greyjoy story. That's come forward a lot. So I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting out there and having a battle with the wildlings. Hopefully, touch wood, we'll be involved in that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out to Belfast and swinging a sword around.
Definitely. We're looking forward to seeing you doing it. Now, what's it meant to you to be part of Game of Thrones, Mark? And finally, do you want to give a message to the fans out there who are watching us into you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Game of Thrones was my first job out, and it will remain my base and somewhere to always return to. And because the show has snowballed as it is, I wouldn't be sat here without the show. So I'm grateful, completely grateful for it. And for the fans, you've just got to keep watching, keep waiting, keep anticipating, and make sure that you stay tuned. And as much as you speculate, I'm sure that you won't be able to find out what's going on until it happens.